Welcome to I seen a video this week that perfectly articulated something that I've been trying to figure out how to say for a long time. The video in and of itself was pretty simple. It was somebody breaking down problematic origins of commonly used phrases and words. Things we should just stop saying. Things like master bedroom. You ever thought about why it's called the master bedroom? Just stuff like that. Pretty simple, like, hey, these are harmful. Let's just use different words. And every single comment was triggered people. All of them. Every single comment. I couldn't find one reasonable person in that entire comment section. It was all people up in arms talking about, I love my master bedroom. Hey, pause. Wait, hold on. Weren't you the one that was just getting all on the left and the young kids for getting triggered all the time? And you are getting that upset about somebody saying, hey, let's stop using this word? Grow up. If you're that upset about something as simple as changing what something's called, move on. So easy to offend, it's insane. It's funny because they're always talking about like the woke left and being canceled, but the only people I find myself having to walk on eggshells around are conservatives. Every time. The people that I have to watch what I say and that I'm worried about flying off the handle and getting upset and offended, conservatives. What's the problem? You can't handle it? I really don't understand. I would love for somebody to sit down and walk me through what the deal is. The only thing people on the left actually get offended about is hate speech. That's it. Where on the right, if you say anything about war, heritage, democracy, capitalism, race, helping the poor, feeding the hungry, up in arms. You might as well have spit in their face. They're getting upset. You can't eat your cake and have it too. Pick one. You can't be mad at people for being offended and also offended at every little thing. Be one or the other, you know? Speaking of, let's talk voting. I've seen so many just bad takes in regards to voting, the two-party system, the whole nine. The right will tell you to vote and to vote red because the Dems are too radical and they're going to ruin the country with their agenda. And from the left, I've been hearing things like, oh, your vote doesn't matter, both parties are the same, it's all capitalist nonsense. To be able to say that is a privilege that a lot of people don't have. And in reality, Republicans, Democrats really aren't that different. With a few notable exceptions, most of the Democratic Party are just Republicans wearing blue. They're just Republicans with the pride flag. That's it. However, those lefties who are opting to not vote because of that fact are missing the point entirely. Let me break that down for you. Those disenfranchised groups, those minorities, the LGBT, people of color, immigrants, their rights are constantly up for debate. And you saying that you're not going to vote because the two parties are, neither of them is radical enough for you or whatever, you are telling them that that doesn't matter to you because the bare minimum is better than having those rights taken away. Mid is better than bad. If I said in front of you there are two sandwiches, they're both white bread bologna sandwiches with mayo, but one of them has rat poison, would you say, well, they're both the same sandwich? Nah. You're going to pick the sandwich that doesn't have rat poison. Sure, it's not the best sandwich, but it's not going to actively hurt you either. Why is that such a hard concept for y'all to grasp? The name of the game is harm reduction. I think the two-party system is a horrible system. I think it was a mistake in general. While we're here, let's at least vote for the protection of those people. Sure, we're not going to get anything we want, but at least those people will be more protected under those delegates. At least those delegates aren't actively threatening their livelihoods. I get it, nothing is ideal. They're practically the same party. But if I had to pick, and I do, I would pick the one with the pride flag. Can we hop on board with that? Can we agree? Now, ideally, the whole system sucks. We really should just tear it down and start over. But until that happens, I'm gonna vote, and I'm gonna vote for people who are less bad. Now, to kind of shift gears, do you remember that story about microplastics a while back and how they're in everything and in everybody and always will be forever now? So to add to that, I read an article this week about metal toxicity. So it turns out that disposable paper cups, like you would get when you get coffee or tea or soup cups, you know how they're lined with that wax, that waterproof wax to keep the water in and not leak? It turns out that those paper products contain heavy metals. And when they come in contact with hot liquid, it releases those heavy metals. And that will make you sick. In the article, it talks about how consumption of these heavy metals can lead to anemia and cardiovascular problems, and it can lead to reproductive issues. Just bad stuff. Nothing that you want to happen. So just a heads up, bring your own cup. Do your best to avoid those cups. If we all just stop using them, then they'll stop making them. Those metals are mixing with those microplastics in there. We're gonna invent a whole new strain of diseases pretty soon. It's gonna be brutal, I'm saying. As far as a climate update goes, we're running out of water. The West is running out of water. The Colorado River and Lake Powell are about to reach a critical point, and after that point, we're fucked. There's not much else we can do. There's a few untested bypasses that they're gonna try and use. So let's hope those work, because if not, fucked. What's funny about the situation is that if you look at how each state has responded, they've pretty much just said, well, it's not us, it's those guys, it's other states. When in reality, none of the states have stuck with what they said they were gonna do to reduce water consumption. We love to see that. Nobody taking responsibility and everything falling apart. We are truly blessed to live here. It's so funny to me how we are quite literally running out of water, but God forbid anybody let their lawn turn yellow or stop building golf courses. Do we need any more of those? I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty small sacrifice in order to be able to drink clean water on a regular basis. Maybe that's a stretch, I don't know, but I would take that trade. Take the lawn any day. Well, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. I'll be back next Friday. Hope to see you too. All right, peace.